Hi guys, today we're going to talk about BrowserStack, a testing tool. Let me share my screen. Okay, before I get into this BrowserStack, I just wanted to explain as a test engineer, when you're going for a mobile application, when you're going as a mobile application test engineer, the skills, what they look in your resume is, okay, so if you're going as a QAE, manual QA engineer. So they will be majorly focusing on manual testing that is functional. So they will ask, have you worked on functional testing? So manual testing, then you should have a very good exposure on SQL. Then you should have a strong knowledge and experience on API testing using Postman tool, using Postman tool, Postman tool. So which I have done in the previous session. You can go back and watch that particular recording on the API. Then when it comes to the mobile application, so what are all the mobile app testing we have, which I have already explained, and what is the what is the difference between mobile application and web application? How it is completely different? How it is completely different? So you should have the complete knowledge on that. Then in mobile application we have different types. Whenever we develop any of the mobile application, it might be a whenever we develop any of the mobile application, it might be a for Android or iOS. We will be developing the three types of application: native application, hybrid application, then a web application, and also one more is there, progressive web app, which is already discussed. So we know about all these things, and apart from this, there are tools which are very important to take the logs, to capture the screenshot, to do the debugging. Even developer, they'll ask more proof and how to install the build. We don't install the build manually in mobile application. So we get a build in the form of like we get a builds in the form of .apk file for Android, .apk file for Android, and .ipa file for .ipa file format for iOS, apk file for Android, and .ipa file for iOS. So this is already discussed. Then ADB commands. ADB commands. Then you should know Android Studio, how to use this Android Studio to capture the logs, to know the event, whether it is triggering properly or not, how to install the build. I hope Saujanya has already explained. Then apart from this, so we're going to have Charles proxy session. Tomorrow we have a Charles proxy session, Charles proxy session. So which we will discuss about how to go and block the networks, how to do the network throttling. So that one we will discuss, Charles proxy session. Then now we will talk about BrowserStack. BrowserStack. This is very important. This is a paid tool which is not available whenever you go and whenever you want to purchase or whenever you want to use it freely, it is not available. So this is usually most of the companies they use. Why they will use, we will discuss in detail. BrowserStack. So BrowserStack. So if you know all these things, then you are good to go as manual mobile application test engineer. Then you are eligible to get a package from 4 LPA to 9 LPA, between 2 to 5 years experience, between 2 to 5 years of experience. So what is this BrowserStack? BrowserStack, it is the tool which we use to test our mobile applications as well as websites, web application. I was teaching you about compatibility testing. So I want to test my website in Chrome browser. I want to test my website in Firefox browser. And also I want to test my browser in, I want to test my application in the Edge browser. So I want to test in all these browsers. If it is in Windows, I can test it. If it is in Mac, I have to test in that environment also. And some people, they would have updated the versions of their particular browser. Some of them, they would have not updated. So I want to check that how this website is looking like in that part, all the browsers, whether it is compatible, whether the users are able to open that application in all the browsers. For that, I don't have to purchase separate Mac. I don't have to go and install all the apps. Only one. This tool is enough. This tool, if you go and purchase this tool, you can do that compatibility testing, cross browser testing. We call it as cross browser testing, where you can test your application URL in all the browsers. So this browser stack. Okay, let me open that browser stack. Let me open browser stack. Browser stack. Yeah, this is a browser stack. So this browser stack has started in the year of 2011 by Ritesh Arora and Nakul Agarwal. So why they have started? So when they have developed their application, they took around like 4 to 5 days to develop. But when they wanted to do the testing, they were not able to do the testing on time. They were not able to launch their application on time. And they got to know that yes, this testing is something going out of our hand. So to solve this problem, they wanted to build one application or one product. They have developed browser stack. This tool they have developed. Here we can check. Here we can check the web applications and as well as mobile applications. We can check web application as well as mobile application. It is a kind of like it's a cloud. It's a cloud. Whenever you go and launch your application, browser stack, it's an Indian based cloud web and mobile application testing platform. It will help all the developers. It will help all the developers to use their particular device, and they can go and launch their apps on the on demanded, like what are all the current browsers which are there in the market, as well as operating systems, and as well as with respect to the real mobile devices. If I am developing a one mobile application, my company is just a startup. So if I want to go and launch this application in the Play Store, or it might be in the App Store, Play Store for Android, App Store for iOS. If I want to go and launch, I have to do that compatibility testing, and I want to see how this app will look like in iOS and how it will look in Android. For that, I have to purchase, because we have so many brands. We have Samsung, we have Oppo, we have Vivo, we have Redmi. So if I want to go and purchase, then I have to invest crores together, which I don't want to do it. For that, I will go with this browser stack tool. So okay, I will show you how we can use this browser stack tool for web application testing as well as for mobile application testing. While doing a registration, company will do that, not you. If they're registering as a web, you'll get only web. If you're registering as a mobile, you'll get only mobile application related work. Now I will show you. I want to log in here. Where is that browser stack here? Yeah, I'll select here browser stack. Now I want to register here. Okay, I will enter my work email, pg@qscircle.com. This one you will not be doing it. I'm just showing you qscircle.com. Then first name, I'll say bg qscircle. I have logged in. Yes. I might get one email. So you have successfully registered the event. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this went to somewhere. Okay, I want to sign in. Okay, let's see. It's already signed in. Okay, earlier I have signed in. Okay, so while doing a registration, so I have to select. I'll get two options, whether you want a web application or you want a mobile application. If you selected mobile application, you will see here Android and iOS. You are seeing Android and iOS. If I would have selected, I want to test my website, then it will look like this. Are you seeing here? This is a quick launch. You're seeing iOS. In iOS, you have browsers. In your mobile, you have mobile browsers. Safari, you can go and check. In Android, you can go and check your mobile. You can check your website, how it will look in the mobile websites and how it will look in Android browsers web, how it will look. In Windows, how it will look. You can go and launch. Now, example, I will go to Android and I will select Samsung. And look at here, I have Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, and this one is built-in app, I guess. Okay, so which is this? Let me select this. Yes, it is launching, optimizing. Let me open that browser. Yes, it is opening the device. It is opening the device. It is opening the device. Yeah, it has opened. Yeah. So successfully it has opened the browser. It's a default browser. Okay, continue. Samsung default browser. That's a Samsung default browser. I have opened www.qscircle.in. While doing a registration, I have to give a URL. If I want to test my website, if I'm purchasing BrowserStack tool, company will give a URL. This is my company URL I want to test. They will give access to only to this particular URL to do the testing, because they will charge accordingly, and you will start checking the cross browser. Okay, now I'm testing it here. Now I'll come back. I want to open it in the Chrome browser. Let me go here. Where is the Chrome browser? Do I have Chrome? Okay, let me open. So the session is gets over. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So it's a free trial, right? I will show you in one more session. I'm going to do the recording. In that, I will show you how we can use this tool. Okay. Oh, let me come back here. Okay. Let me go to Windows and let me launch here. It's launching. Yes, it is launched. How my QS Circle website looks like. www.qscircle.in. Taking some time. Yeah, look at here. You can refresh. If you want, you can refresh. Still it is loading. It gives a feeling of Firefox browser. You can go and check the performance, how it is working, how it is looking, whether all the features are loading. You don't have to go and install Firefox or separate browsers. And if you want to test in the Mac also, you can go here. I'll come back. Wait, it's taking time. Let me come back. Let me refresh, reload. I'm refreshing it. Yes. Now, okay, I want to check in the Mac. I'll go to Safari. Okay, I can choose Safari also here. Yeah, Safari is the latest version. It is launching in the Safari. Because I don't have a Mac, I don't want to invest on this particular device, particular laptop. So now I can test it here also. In Safari browser, how it will look like, how my my website will look. I can move this somewhere wherever I want, and I can check how it will look like, whether it is taking too much of time to load. I can see my application. I can see my application. And also look at here, not secure. Even though we have purchased HTTPS, but still it is not enabled. So this is also defect. We have to consider this, and I have to report it to the developer. Whenever we test applications in the different browsers, we will get to know how these browsers, like how this application is behaving in all the browsers. This is what you are going to capture in the BrowserStack tool. If you put this in your resume, I have experience in BrowserStack tool, you will have a more weightage. You'll be having a more weightage. In the company, if you get this option also, you'll be able to perform. This is a free trial version. That's the reason you are getting this this message. Your session will end in 2 seconds, 1 second. So this is, we saw about web. Because you can see here, in Android, in iOS device, any browser, if you open and you can check your website. And in Android also, any browser you can open and you can check your website, mobile websites. Then in Windows, you can check in Edge browser or Firefox, Chrome, and Opera. Remaining, nobody will use more. So these we will focus on these 4 in the Windows. And if it is a Mac, we focus on Safari, Firefox, Chrome, and Opera Mini. Because if I go back and look into the distribution, of the browsers, in the as per the 2022 market trend, there are like 67% of the people they're using Chrome browser, and 11% of the people they're using Microsoft Edge. There are 8 to 9% of the fellows they're using Safari web browser. I'm talking about web application related testing. Web application. If I want to do the testing if I want to test my web application, I will test it in Chrome browser, Microsoft Edge. I will test it in Safari and Mozilla Firefox and Opera Mini, 2.9% or 3% for Opera. So these 5 browsers I consider: Edge, Chrome, Safari, Mozilla Firefox, and Opera. So in Windows, I can test Chrome, Firefox, Opera, and Microsoft Edge. Microsoft Edge. Once again, I'll repeat. In Windows, I can test Chrome, Firefox, Microsoft Edge, and Opera Mini. Total 4 browsers I can test. My application, I can go and open it in all these browsers. In Mac, in Mac, I can go and test. I can go and test in Safari as well as Firefox, as well as Safari, Chrome, Opera, and you can test it in Edge also. You have to install, but people rarely they will go and download this Edge in Mac. But 90% fellows they go with these 4: Safari, Firefox, Chrome, and Opera Mini in Mac, in Mac devices, Apple devices. Okay, this is for web application. If it is mobile application, when you go back here, if you go to the mobile application, if you go to the mobile application here, yeah, while registering, if you choose mobile, you'll get an option like this. So now here you have an option here. You can upload your app. You can upload which are all the app you want. I have my app. I'm uploading it. Open it. Yes, app is getting uploaded. App is getting uploaded. Yes, this is how you will upload your build. This is how you will go and upload your build here. After uploading, you can choose whatever the device you want. Now I don't have Vivo phone, Vivo smartphone. I can choose this one and the device will be launched. Look at here. And by default, your app also will be installed automatically. Apart from native apps, by default, native apps will be there. Apart from that, the new build, whatever we have uploaded, that will be installed. And you can go and check whether it is working fine or not. You should start using this cloud mobile device and you should start testing it. Here you will get all the logs in the right side, starting the app on Vivo 2000, like Vivo Y21, V11, V11.0. So this is a kernel. Here you will be getting all the information. You can say that this is a kind of a like events. All the events will be triggered here. You can go and check the sessions. I will show you in the live. I'm doing one more session with the live app installation. This is just a free trial version. Just see how it is getting launched. It's taking time to launch. It's taking too much of time. Let me cancel this. Okay, so it was this. I will go to the Google Pixel 5. Let me launch it. Yes, yes, it is installed, I guess. Let me go. Okay, okay, give a permission. Yes, it is installed. App info. If I go back and see here, yeah. So if I go up, I can see that app info, which is installed. Look at here, app info. This is the app info which is installed. I can use this to do the, like I can show home screen. I can go back to the home screen and I can click on view, open apps, which are all the apps which are opened recently. And I can install the new app and I can capture the screenshot. I can kill or uninstall. Kill means if I select this, kill the app, whatever the recent apps which I opened, it will be killed automatically. Forcefully killed means all these apps will be killed and you can reopen once again. You can reopen once again. Let me select somewhere. If you select this and kill all the apps, yes, by default it will be killed. And if you go and if you try to open, nothing is there. Nothing is there. All the apps will be closed and you can rotate the device. Similarly, you can change the location. You can do the network throttling 2G, 4G. Okay, it is not available here. I will show it. Okay, yeah, look at here, 2G network, 3G network, 4G network, 5G network. You can check this. And if you want to upload any of the media file, and you can see that, and you can change the language, and you can use the screen recorder to do the recording. So this is what you are going to do. You're going to do the testing in this cloud devices. This is cloud device. This exactly behaves the same as a real device. Exactly behaves same as a real device. And you can record this. You can record the session. You'll get a dev tool here. This is the dev tool, whatever it was opened here. I was saying kernel, right? You can say dev tool. So session is going to end in another 9 seconds. So dev tool, if you select that, it will go up. Okay, so if you select once again, it will come here. You can see the logs. You can see all the logs. Yes. Oh, thanks. This is a free trial version. That's the reason that you're getting all this information. You have to upload the app whenever you get any of the app. Okay, you can upload, or else, sometimes you'll get a build via test flight. I was saying distribution channel. Sometimes you'll get a build through distribution channel, or else in some company you'll get it via app store, via you'll get it play store. They will guide you in the beginning. Whenever you go to the project, they'll guide you. So if you're testing Android, you will have only access to Android. You'll not be having access to iOS when you go to the company. There is one more fellow who's testing iOS. He will be having access to iOS. He can click on iOS and he can install the app, whatever the app which I uploaded, this app, whichever I have uploaded. Now I'll come back here. I'll choose iPhone 13 mini. It is launching cloud iPhone. I don't have to invest my 1 lakh rupees to go and purchase iPhone. I can test it here only. It will create a virtual cloud device and you will see all the logs here. Yes, it is perfectly launched. And I want to go and see that whether that app info is installed or not. Okay, we have to come back. Yeah, I want to come back. How to come back here? Okay, yeah, home screen. I have selected here home screen. I want to see that app info is installed or not. App info, because that is APK file, right? So if I want to test it here, I should use .ipa file. I have to upload .ipa file, then only it will get installed, or else it will not install. So after installing, same, you have to, all the events will be triggering here in this dev tool. In the dev tool, all the events will be triggering. You have to go back and see that. And you can start using that app and you can see that how this app will behave. And you can change the location, whatever the location. You can set Bangalore or US, or you can select Karnataka, or you can select Chennai, and you can check the network throttling, how it will behave in a 2G, 3G, or 4G latency. You can change, you can customize also, and you can change the language also. You can take a screenshot. You can install the new app, whatever you want to install. Click on new app and you can upload that same .ipa file. You have to upload, then that gets uploaded and you can start using it. You can start using it. I'll click on home screen, show home screen. It will come back to the home screen. It will come back to the home screen. This is all about this BrowserStack tool. BrowserStack tool we use to test web application as well as mobile application. It's an Indian-based cloud web and mobile application testing platform. I can test my website in different mobiles browser, different mobile browser, as well as different operating system like Windows, Mac, Linux. I can do that. I can test my website. I can test my website by opening the browser in Android mobile. Also, I can open the browser and I can test it. I can test it in iOS mobile by opening the browser. I can test it in Windows device by installing the browser and I can open my application. And I, as well as in Mac, as well as Linux. This is for web application. For mobile application, yes, we have majorly two operating system, Android and iOS. I can install the app in Android devices as well as iOS devices, and we can test it. So instead of going and purchasing all the devices, we are going with this BrowserStack to purchase that. We can create a cloud devices and we can do the testing. So they will charge based on the number of devices you go and purchase for the companies, and you will get these access in the company. Okay, let me stop the recording. This is whatever we saw. This is in the This is in the free trial version. So I'm making one more session, one more recording. In that I will show you the purchased one, which is the company where like one of our student who's working in the company. So I'll take that laptop. So I'll do the recording and I'll keep it for your reference. You can go through that, how I install the build, how the events will be triggering. You can see that. Let me stop the recording.